What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video we are kicking off my small account challenge where we attempt to turn $1,000 into $1 million by trading the stock market. Here we go. Alright you guys, so the reason that I'm doing this challenge in the first place is because trading is most difficult when you're first getting started out. You're paying high commissions, you're not sure how to use certain order types, you don't understand certain indicators, and when you trade with a smaller account, you can't even buy certain stocks. So my goal here is to give you a couple strategies for how you can overcome those barriers. I'm going to show you how to get started when you're trading with a small account, and I'm going to show you the strategies that I use, and then later on, we're going to start testing out other YouTuber strategies. So Biaheza is doing a $50,000 to $1 million small account challenge. Not really a small account, but we are going to use some of his strategies. We're going to test them out. Ross Cameron from Warrior Trading has done small account challenges, so we're going to test those out. And we're also going to test out strategies from Gutierrez and Umar Ashraf, which are two popular stock traders here on YouTube. So it is going to be very exciting. I'm going to take you all the way through, but today is August 27th. It is early in the morning. The stock market is about to open, so it is time to sit down, grab a seat, make our first trades, and kick off this challenge. Alright you guys, so the first thing we need to do is log into Questrade and see how much money we're going to start with. Now if you're interested in Questrade at all, I do have a link in the description. It will give you $50 in free trading commission, as well as give me a little bit of a kickback, so we both win. Now this is what my basically dashboard looks like right now. Now as you can see, I do have a TFSA account in here. However, you should not day trade in a tax-free savings account. So what I've done is I've also opened up a margin account. I've transferred the cash that I had in the TFSA into the margin account, and currently we're sitting at $1,077. Now on September 1st, I'm gonna have a $100 payment come out for my data package. So I put a little bit extra money in there because I knew that money was gonna come out right away, but I wanna start with $1,000. So we're starting with just under $1,000 by the time this fee comes out, and we are gonna try and grow it into $1 million. So 1,077, I'm using a margin account and we are using Questrade. Next step is I'm gonna log into my broker account and we are actually gonna see the platform that we're gonna trade on. Alright you guys, so I've got my software open here. Now this is called IQ Edge. It is completely free when you sign up for an account with Questrade. Again, the link is in the description there. But before I get into this, I want to start talking about my strategy here. Now, we only have $1,000, which means we have a couple of restrictions on what we can do. For instance, we can't go out and buy $2,000 Amazon stock, and we also need to make a decent amount on every single trade because we're going to pay $5 in commission to get into the trade and $5 in commission to get out of the trade. Meaning if we invested that full $1,000, we would pay 1% of that just to execute the trade. So we need to make at least a 2% gain, preferably 5, 10, 15% gain on every single trade we make. So how do you do that when you only have $1,000? Well, there's two different options that I am familiar with. The first option is to look for super volatile stock. You can look for stocks that have had a major gap up or a major gap down on the day, or you can look for stocks that are just running crazy for the day. The challenge there is the volatility. How do you predict what it's going to do? How do you manage that? You're not familiar with the stock at all, and it's running based off news. It's not running based off technicals. So trading that can be extremely difficult. So what I like to do is option 2, and option 2 is buying and selling options. Contracts of options. Now, if you're not familiar what an option is, it is the right to purchase a share at a specific price on a certain day. It is a different type of security that is very closely tied to a stock. Now, the advantage to doing this is that the options are usually much cheaper than the stock, but they move much more drastically. So when the stock moves by 1%, the option could move by 10, 15, 20%. Now, let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So on my screen right now, I have Apple stock on the right-hand side here. This is for yesterday. So August 26th is the entire chart here that we're looking at, and every candle here is a 1 minute period. So as you can see, the stock started at about 507, it came down to 500, it peaked back up at about 506, it tested 502, and it finished around 506 here. If you look over at the option on the left hand side here, you will see that the numbers are very different, but the pattern is the exact same. Started super high in the morning, tested a low around 12:30, set another high right around 12:30 again, the exact same time as the stock right here around 12:30. It had a little test here before hitting a low early in the afternoon at around 2:50, 3 o'clock. As you can see, the exact same thing happened here, and then it rode out a little bit of a run towards the end of the day. The exact same thing happened on the option as it did on the stock. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is that the option trades exactly like the stock, but when you look at the numbers here, the numbers are completely different. It is much more volatile. You can see here that the low around 10:30 this morning was $6 and the high around 12:30 was $9, meaning that that option went from $6 to $9, or it had about a 50% swing. In the exact same period where Apple's stock was trading, it went from $500 to $507, meaning it only moved about 1.25%. So in the time period that Apple moved 1.25%, the options moved in the exact same way, but they moved over 50%. So if you trade the options compared to the stock, you get much higher volatility, you get much higher returns, but you also have much higher risk, so you need to manage that appropriately. The advantage here is that our commissions don't take as big of a chunk of our profits as they would have as if we had traded the actual stock. So my plan for today is to buy and sell call and put options. If you aren't familiar with what those options are, check out my past videos, but right now, moving forward for today, buy and sell Apple options. I'm going to go through this for a couple hours and I'm going to give you a recap at the end of the day, and I'm going to show you exactly how we did for day one of our small account challenge. Here we go. And we're back. It is currently 5:52. I finished up trading earlier this morning. I went to the gym, got a quick pump, finished up a little bit more work, and now it is time to do a recap on the day. As you can tell, I'm a little bit excited about this. It was a good day and a good start to our challenge. So let me break it down for you. Check out my screen. First of all, on the right-hand side, we have Apple stock. On the left-hand side, we have Apple options. Set up the exact same was the same way it was before, but now we actually have today's data. So this is how the stock traded today. Stocks on the right hand side here, you can see we started out at about $508, had a slight dip and a small recovery, and then a big dip all the way down to our low of the day, right around 1 o'clock kind of area. The option performed the exact same way. Started well, initial dip, small recovery, and then big dip all the way down to our low of the day, which happened right at 12:55, 1 o'clock time frame. After that, small recovery and then a sell-off at the end of the day. Same thing on the stock, small recovery, sell-off at the end of the day. So they traded just like each other. That's what I'm trying to emphasize here. But as you can see, the option started at $8.30 and finished the day at $2.79. So it lost like 75 or 60% of its value. Super volatile in comparison to the stock, but volatility, when you know what's happening and you can plan it and predict it, provides you with opportunity. So that's what we're doing, is planning and predicting the stock and taking advantage of the volatility on the options. That's at least my strategy right now, and today it worked out pretty good. So I had a couple of trades. Now before I show you this, I just want to explain something to you real quick. I am trading options. Options work by giving you the ability to purchase a specific stock at a specific price on or before a certain date. Now with that, and when you do that and when you buy the upside, that is called a call option. When you do the exact opposite, it is called a put option. And what a put option is it allows you the same advantage, but you're allowed to make money when the stock goes down. So you can buy a call option and you make money when the stock goes up, or you can buy a put option. I'm going to convert my screen here to a put option, and you will make money when the stock goes down. So if you look at this chart, it is the complete inverse of the Apple chart. So instead of starting high and running low, it started low, it ran high, it dipped slightly, and then it hit its high of the day right around 1 o'clock, right when the Apple stock hit its low of the day. So what I did in my strategy today was I traded the calls when I thought the stock was going to go up, and I bought the puts when I thought the stock was going to go down. And so I made 2 trades on the puts today, and I made 1 trade on the call. And now let me walk you through the end result. So I'm going to pull up my account right here, and you can see exactly how we did. So I'm going to move this over. So I traded the calls right here, the $505 calls. I bought 1 contract of them at 279 and I made $11 there. So realistically, I don't even think I covered like 60 cents on top of my commissions. It didn't really do anything for me at all. It wasn't very good, but I did trade the Apple puts twice today and I made $102 on that trade and on those trades. So that worked out really well for me. I'm going to show you the executions. So this is what it looks like, and I have the commissions on the side. So I paid $5.70 for each trade, 570 in, 570 out. My first trade, I'm going to pull this over, was the $505 put. I bought it at $6.28 and I sold it at $6.80. Now, when you buy and sell options, they come in what is called a contract, and a contract is worth 100 options. So when you see $6.80, it wasn't $6.80, it was $680. You multiply that by 100. It's kind of like when you buy eggs, they come in a dozen. Well, when you buy options, they come in a contract of 100. So exact same principle, it's just different numbers. So right here, I didn't buy it for $6.28 and sell it at $6.80. I bought it for $628 and I sold it for $680. And then same thing here, I bought the calls at $5.99. I sold the calls at $6.10. And then right here, I did the exact same thing again with the puts. Okay, so we're back to my summary page. And as you can see here, we made a total profit on the day of $113 between those three trades. Now, when you subtract the commissions from that, the commissions were $34. It leaves us with a net profit on the day of $79. So it pretty much covers our entire trading fee. It covers whatever we need it to, but it basically gives us a 7.9% return on our initial $1,000 that's invested here. And so far, I think that's a pretty successful first day. If we could keep that up 7.9% every single day, we'd be doing pretty well. Now, that's obviously not going to happen. Today was a good day. Hopefully the next few days stay as good. But before we go, I just want to say a couple things. One is trading options is risky. So before you get into this, you need to make sure you know what you're doing. If you're interested in learning more about options, I do have a course on it in the links below. You can sign up for it completely free when you sign up for Skillshare. You'll need your credit card, but you get 2 months free and you can cancel whenever you want. After that, I'm going to be coming out with more videos about my small account challenge, and I'm going to be sharing videos about how I grow this account moving forward. So please make sure you subscribe. You can stay tuned and hopefully hit that like button, send a little comment in, help me support this, and let's try and be the first YouTube account to turn 1,000 into 1,000,000. We could be the first ones to do it. So please join me along for this ride, and I hope to talk to you soon. See you in the next video. Peace.